Hello guys and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. How's it going? So we're here for another match watch along and it's a big game, guys. Brighton taking on Arsenal, visiting Arsenal at their own ground. And obviously with Arsenal wanting to try and win the title, keep the pressure on City, this is a must-win game, but a difficult game. As we all know, Brighton been doing extremely well this season and any team that face them have to show them the respect they deserve and take their threat seriously. So, guys, we are started. The game has just kicked off, but one of the Arsenal players, Odegaard, I think it was, took a full frontal face blow from the football as it was kicked back into play. So we'll be back to the game in a second when he's just receiving treatment at the minute, guys. So just bear with me a second, just sharing with you guys the team news on the screen. And as you can see, Arsenal going with the 4-3-3 formation. And Brighton going with a 4-5-1 formation. So we're back underway here, guys. Let's quickly go to the chat. How's it going, Ben? Belton Ben, the best legend one. How's it going, mate? Ben's dropped in to say hi. Hope you're having a good weekend, mate. Welcome to the show. So we are underway, guys. As I said, apologies for that. Just I was 30 seconds late and he kicked off the game and the Arsenal player on the far side got a ball right in his face. So there was an immediate stoppage pretty much right from the kickoff. But Brighton now in possession as they move the ball up the field on that far side. And Arsenal just getting back in formation, a defensive, showing the respect to Brighton that they deserve, really, with getting back behind the ball. So welcome to the show, Ben. Good to see you, mate. And as I say, I hope you've had a good weekend. Let us know if you've got any thoughts on how you think this one's going to turn out. Stevie's with us. How's it going, Stevie? Stevie's saying hi, Gaz and all. How's it going, Stevie? Welcome to the show as well, mate. Always great to have you with us in the background, keeping the chat clean for everybody to enjoy. So nice one, Stevie. And Ben is saying, welcome in, Stevie. Nice one, Ben. Top stuff, mate. Top stuff. Always appreciate you guys making the effort to welcome Stevie and say hello to him. But yeah. So how's things with you, Ben? What do you make of this game? What are you expecting? Are you expecting a dominant performance from Arsenal? Are you expecting a tricky game with Brighton? Have caused a few upsets this season, haven't they, in the results that they've been involved in? So 4 minutes in, guys, we've got a corner on the far side for Arsenal. As it's taken, comes in near to the post. Brighton managed to head it away. Oh, strong challenge on that far side as Arsenal and Brighton player come together to try and head the ball. The Brighton players come worst off. I don't think it was intentional, but he seems to have took a knock to the head. So let's quickly go back to the chat while we've got a stoppage for that. And Stevie's saying, YouTube, nice one, Stevie. Top stuff, mate. Benny's saying, I expect 1-0 Brighton. They want to fight back, I think. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's a good shout, mate. Yeah, to be fair, Brighton, obviously, like I said, they've been causing quite a few upsets this season. And we have to give them the respect they deserve for that. Definitely. But yeah, Brighton still in a good position to push into those Europa League and Europa Conference League spots. So, so yeah, you could be right, Ben. This, like I said, Brighton definitely not come to just make up the numbers, have they? They come to try and get a result and see if they can get themselves European football. So yeah, I won't be expecting an easy game for Arsenal, in all honesty, but maybe you guys are, I don't know. But like I say, I would expect Brighton to be giving everything they've got to try and get that European place. Europa League and Conference League might not be that much important to the clubs that normally challenge for the Champions League, but to a club like Brighton, it's massive, absolutely massive. So yeah, good shout, Ben. Thanks for that, mate. And Ben saying fight back from the 5-1. Aye, right, I'm with you. Yeah. Oh, Arsenal coming to hit the box now. And it's got a Brighton player on the deck outside the box. He's just took a knock, but Arsenal managed to keep possession, but eventually it's well, I'm not sure what the referee's going to give here on the far side, a foul or a throw-in, but Arsenal definitely trying to do what they can to turn the screw early on. And so the ball is back in play, and now Arsenal in possession on the halfway line, and another strong challenge. There's some tasty challenges going on early on in this game, guys. Strong challenge from behind there from the Brighton player, taking out the Arsenal player on the halfway line, and the referee is going to have a word with the Brighton player. It was a full force challenge, that definitely, and I think he's going to, well, it looks like he's going to get off with a warning. He's quite lucky there because that challenge was from behind. So it looks like he's going to get off with a warning. So, yeah, thanks for that, Ben. And Ben's also saying, I'm trying to impress the fans. Well, I think in fairness, Ben, I think Brighton have impressed most fans this season, even neutral fans, fans of other clubs. They've had a fantastic season. And we have to give them credit for that, mate. Yeah. So the Arsenal player still on the deck at the moment, receiving treatment. So it looks like I don't know exactly what he's done to himself in this challenge, but seems to be getting some intense treatment of the medical staff at the moment. So hopefully he's going to be okay. Don't want to see any players getting seriously injured. But it's Martinelli, the one that's took the full brunt of that challenge. He's back on his feet now, guys, but he's hobbling over to the edge of the pitch. Hopefully he's going to be okay to continue. Oh, right. So we've just seen the first challenge from the Arsenal player on the Brighton player, and that was a full force challenge. But I think that's why Brighton have got away with that challenge on Arsenal's challenging from behind with an earlier challenge a couple of minutes ago, literally probably a minute before that challenge. That was a full ferocity challenge, no serious intention to get the ball. And I think the referees deemed it as tit for tat, so to speak. So, yeah. We're back in play now, though, guys, with Brighton in possession as the ball is passed back to the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper passes it out to this near side as Brighton work their way up the field, and now long ball forward up into the Arsenal box, but goes straight to the goalkeeper, and that will get Arsenal back underway as they play out from the back. So Benny's saying it's Stephen Potter. ICL Engels. I'm sorry, mate. I'm trying to make sense of your comment here, Ben. ICL engineer. Terrible. ICS Engels. I'm not understanding that word. Engels. What do you mean by that? Engels. Is there a type error in that? Something, Ben? Managers are terrible, and how was their first leg against Barnsley? Right. Well, I'm sorry, Ben. I'm not understanding that first bit. ICL Engels. Manager, is that to do with the VAR or something? Of the way I'm sorry, Ben, you can throw me off with that comment, mate. My apologies, but yeah, I managed to catch some of the game yesterday with Bolton taking on Barnsley. I thought I was quite impressed with Barnsley actually. Last time I saw him play. I think was it Peterborough? I can't remember. I saw him play the other week at home. I think it was Peterborough. I can't remember. And they was disappointing in that game. So I was I was quite impressed with Barnsley playing yesterday against Bolton. They put in a good performance, and I know they've been quite strong at home this season. But all to play for in that second leg as Bolton will be visiting Barnsley. I was disappointed really a little bit with my team Bolton, but it is a playoff. And I think sometimes the hype and everything that goes with it sometimes affects the players. So, yeah, I think we definitely saw some of that yesterday with the players a bit too hyped up. You could see it in the early exchanges with Bolton, just snatching at chances, stuff like that. But all credit to Barnsley. They came with a game plan. They implemented it. They gave a good account of themselves. And as I say, all to play for in that second leg. I was gutted I couldn't do the match watch along, but unfortunately I didn't finish working time yesterday to cover that. And I only managed to catch about the last half an hour of the game, to be fair. So, yeah. But thanks for that, Ben, as Brighton now coming forward and knock the ball out to this near side with Arsenal challenging for it as Brighton managed to keep it and knock it out to that far side now as they look to pile on the pressure for Arsenal. Arsenal with 10 men behind the ball at the minute, and Brighton have been forced to pass it all the way back to their defensive lineup on the halfway line as Arsenal try to press from the front, and now Brighton play it down this near side, but quickly challenged by Arsenal and a free kick awarded by the referee. Not much in that, guys, just a little bit of a coming together, and the Brighton player has gone over and the referee give it a foul. So, yeah, thanks for that, Ben. Apologies, I didn't understand all of that. Ben saying, well, it's Barnsley or Bolton vs Peterborough. Yeah, not looking good for Sheffield, is it, mate? Not looking good for Sheffield at all after their first leg defeat. 4-0. I was shocked with that, mate. I was really shocked with that result. Would have expected Sheffield to give a better account of themselves. But, yeah, Peterborough absolutely demolished them in that first leg. But you never know, mate. You never know. I mean, I expect Peterborough are going to do the business now, but you never know. Still one game to play, and it's at Sheffield, so you never know. I'm sure they're going to go for the miracle result. Arsenal now with the possession as they've won it back just outside their own box, but quickly try to move up the field. But challenge comes in from Brighton. Referee blows the whistle. Free kick to Arsenal as they take it quickly and now move the ball out to this near side to Saka. As Saka cuts back inside. Arsenal now on the edge of the box. Shot comes in. Oh, and it's a good effort there, but just wide of this near side post. Not far off. Only literally whiskers away from going inside, really. But I think the goalkeeper probably would have saved that. He went the right way. But, yeah, good effort there from Arsenal. The ball kept low along the ground. And you never know, if it had been on target, that could have caused the goalkeeper some serious problems. So yeah, thanks for that, Ben. And Ben saying, I can't lie, ICI, sorry. Okay, no worries, Ben. Sorry, mate, I'm not understanding what you're meaning by ICI. What are you meaning by ICI? Or is it ICL? Oh, is that laugh out loud? Sorry, am I reading it wrong? No, it's not ICL. It's ICL. Apologies, Ben. I'm not understanding what you're meaning by ICL. So yeah, apologies, Ben. So we've got another stoppage here. The referee's not letting this game flow very much at the minute. Come on, ref, get the game going. So another free kick here for Arsenal. Midway inside their own half of the field on that far side as they take it long now up towards the edge of the Brighton box. But Brighton challenging for it well, but Arsenal managing to keep it as they try to play it through there. But Brighton read it well. And now Brighton with the possession as they try to break out, but Arsenal challenging for it well, but unable to keep it as Brighton now move the ball forward down this near side. Oh, it's good from Brighton. There's a strong challenge there, comes in from Gabriel, and the Brighton player loses possession. It's gone out for a throw-in on this near side. And I'm just waiting to see what kind of distance. So looks like Martinelli is still feeling the effects of that challenge earlier on as he's gone down again on the pitch. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a change here, guys, for Arsenal. Yeah, I am. I've got to be honest. It was a clumsy challenge that from the Brighton player. It looks like it could be a bit more serious than it initially looked. But yeah, very clumsy challenge. And that will see the afternoon finished for Martinelli as he's going to be replaced by Trossard. We don't want to see that, guys. We don't want to see players going off with serious injuries, but we wish him well and hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. Hopefully it's not something that's going to keep him out for a long term. But you can see definitely, when he got up from the initial challenge early on, you could see he was feeling the effects of it. I think he tried to run it off, but it's just not worked, and he's had to go off. Best not to risk it, to be fair. If he's feeling something's not right, best to get off and let the medical staff have a look at it before he aggravates it even more. So ball back in play as it's gone out on that far side straight away, and that will be a throw in to Brighton. All right, Stevie's saying ICL is I can't lie. All right, I'm with you. Sorry, my. All right, sorry, Ben. I didn't read it right. Yeah, it's put equals. My bad. Sorry. Nice one, Stevie. I just didn't get. Sorry, I've got to get. I've not been on a lot this week. I've been so busy with work, so I've got to get my rhythm back. As you guys know that come on the channel regular, I do try to stay consistent as possible, but with a good weather showing up now, I've been really distracted this last week with work commitments. So not been able to keep the usual consistency that I like to keep. So just lost my rhythm a little bit. So apologies, Ben. I get what you mean. Thanks, Stevie, top man. And Stevie, just explaining that it's an abbreviation. Top one, Stevie, nice one, mate. And apologies, Ben. I get what you mean now, mate. My bad. So we've got another challenge on this near side as Arsenal player's gone down, and the referee's blown for a foul. Oh, come on. That was a poor one. So, oh, come on, let the game flow. So now as the game gets going again, the referee blows for another foul, and this time it's a free kick. I think it's to Brighton. We've got a Brighton player that went down initially, but there's also an Arsenal player down. Get up, lad. So Arsenal player here trying to convince the referee that that challenge was worthy of a card. I don't like to see players doing that, really, guys. Let the referee do his job and the players concentrate on doing their job, and that is to create chances, score goals, and entertain the fans. The referee, if the referee doesn't do his job properly, us as fans will crucify him, I'm sure. There wasn't a lot in it, just played the replay. So we're back underway. Brighton on the attack with the ball down this near side. Come on. Every time we get going, the referee stops the game. Honest, this is probably the most frustrating 20 minutes of a game that I've done for a while. So linesman's put the flag up and we've got another stoppage. Oh my God, the Brighton owner looks like Igor. it looks like Igor from Count Duckula. I mean, you don't remember that. That's one from when I was a kid, guys. So back underway. Come on, let's see some football. Arsenal with a long ball down this near side. As Brighton challenging for it. Arsenal just managed it. Oh, Saka there. Oh, beautiful from Saka. He tried to keep it in as it was going out, and he thought he kept it in and come back inside and got a shot off, and it's actually ricocheted off that far post. But the referees deemed that the ball actually did go out, and now we're seeing the replay. We can see it did go out by inches. But yeah, 10 out of 10 to that for Saka, trying to create something out of nothing as Arsenal now win the ball back, and Gabriel into the box as he tries to cut it back with the goalkeeper with a good save, and it goes behind, and that will be a corner to Arsenal on this near side. Joey's with us. How's it going, Joey? Joey's saying good afternoon, guys. And Stevie, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Great to have you with us as always, Joey. I hope you're having a good weekend, mate. So Arsenal with the corner, Saka to take it. Ball comes in and it's right into the mix, headed away initially, but Arsenal eventually pick it up on this near side with Saka as he crosses it back into the box. It's headed away, but outside the area as Arsenal pick it up again. And now they work the ball out to that far side as they chip it in, but Brighton managed to intercept it as they tried to clear their lines, and it takes a deflection off the Arsenal player there on that far side and goes out for a goal kick to Brighton. Vincent Kompany in attendance at this game, guys, watching on in the stands. And so Brighton tried to clear the ball, and it comes right back to the goalkeeper. Arsenal pressing well from the front so far. Come on, guys, get the game going. This has been a really slow, sluggish start as Brighton now come forward down that far side as they work their way into the Arsenal half of the pitch, but forced to come backwards. as Arsenal pressing well on that far side. So good to have you with us, Joey. How's it going, mate? As I say, I hope you've had a good weekend. Rich Pro Sports saying, Gaz, I'm working. I just tuned in. Is this ref trying to be the star? We don't need that. Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know about if he's trying to be the star, but he's not letting the game flow. I would criticise him for that in this first 20 minutes, that he's been very whistle happy. Breaking up the play for the slightest thing. There have been some challenges that he's needed to blow the whistle for, don't get me wrong, but there's been some where he could have just let the game flow, and instead he's chose to stop the game. So yeah, let's hope that he's not going to have a totally whistle happy game, as Arsenal now work the ball out to that far side and come forward towards the edge of the Brighton box, and it's challenged by Brighton. But Arsenal managing to keep it, but Brighton now win it back midway inside their own half, out on that far side still, as they now come into the centre circle, but it's challenged by Arsenal, and the referee is blown for another foul. Come on, let the game flow, for crying out loud. So yeah, thanks Rich Pro Sports. Hope you're not working too hard, mate, and great to have you with us. Let us know if you're watching it or listening to it, but if you're not, I'll do my best to keep you informed if you're not able to watch it while you're working, mate. So we're just waiting for this free kick opportunity as the ball's back in play now, and not forward, but goes straight to the Arsenal goalkeeper, and Arsenal now build again from the back. So yeah, I don't know, mate. The referee definitely question marks in this first 20 minutes anyway. But thanks for that, Rich Pro Sports. Good to have you with us, mate. And as I say, let me know if you're able to watch it or you're not. Because if you're not, I will definitely try to. I always try to keep focused to give you guys commentary as the best of my ability. But as I keep saying, I'm still learning how to get the balance right. Stevie's saying, hi, Joey. I'm Rich Pro. Nice one, Stevie. Top stuff, mate. Brighton now with the ball at the back, as Arsenal pressing well from the front, and Brighton now coming forward as the goalkeeper kicks the ball long up towards the halfway line. Brighton now knock the ball out to this near side as they now come back inside, but it's challenged and well defended there by Arsenal, as it's Saka, I think, coming all the way back there to help out the defence, and Brighton eventually win back possession. But yeah, massive credit there to Saka. But as much as that is quality, I love to see players that are prepared to muck in and help the defenders. In a game like this, you want Saka on that wing, attacking Brighton at every opportunity. And if he's coming back to help out the defence, you're not going to get the best out of him going forward. But I have to give him massive respect for that. I always like to see forward players willing to help the defenders. So nice one, Stevie. So we've got to throw it on this near side, midway inside the Brighton half, throw into Brighton. As they take it now, and it's gone out again. I thought it's gone out again right in front of the dugout. I thought Arteta was going to take the throw in then. He just told it over his head like he was going to take a throw in, but I think he was just looking who to pass it to. So Brighton now with the second throw-in and pass it back towards their defensive line. And now just knocking it about inside their own half, but some sloppy possession now. Oh, come on, man. Has gifted the ball back to Arsenal, and the referee blows for another foul. He's not letting the game flow, this ref. Joey's saying yes. Yeah, oh, good. Thanks, mate. Awesome. Awesome. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. Good to hear. And it's Brighton now coming forward. And Arsenal won it back on the halfway line as Arsenal now come forward towards the edge of the Brighton box and come inside. Shot. Oh, just over the bar. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper got a hand to that. But Trossard there with a good effort. I'm not sure. I want to see the replay, see if the goalkeeper actually got a hand to that, because it seemed a bit of a rocket of a shot. I'm not sure. Can't even see it properly on the replay. No, it didn't. It was. It actually just deflected off the top of the crossbar, which made it look like it had gone higher than it did. But obviously, couldn't tell that at full speed because it literally just skimmed the top of the crossbar. Brighton now trying to attack. As eventually the ball goes out on this near side, deep inside the Arsenal half of the field. So that will be a throw into Arsenal. But yeah, Brighton trying to get after Arsenal at every opportunity. So we're in for a treat of an end-to-end game if the referee stops, keep interfering, stopping the game. As he's given another foul here. What's this for? Why is he blown? I don't even know what he's blown here for. Right, so we've just had another free kick. I have absolutely no idea what that was for because I didn't see any contact. But we're back in play as Arsenal knock the ball long up into the Brighton half, but there's nobody there. And it goes straight to the Brighton goalkeeper. So, yeah, thanks for that, Joey. And good to hear, mate. Good to hear. Rich Post Sports saying, hi, Joey and Stevie. Is anyone sad about Southampton going down? Or will this be they kick up the... They kick up the... They kick up the you know what that they need. That's a good in that, Rich Pro. I like that. They kick up the you know what that they need. To be honest, mate, I think Southampton have been flirting with relegation for a couple of seasons now. And I don't think it's out the bigger clubs pillaging their better players over the last few seasons. So yeah, I think they'll find their way back. They've had a good run in the Premier League, and they'll get the parachute payments as they drop down. So hopefully they can make the best of that money. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they've been sensible how they've spent their money, so they should bounce right back. I would have said they should bounce back. They're not a club that's going down in all sorts of financial trouble that I'm aware of. They seem to have been very sensible in what they've done in the transfer window. So, yeah, hopefully they will have an opportunity to bounce straight back. Look at just look at Burnley. They've done it. Look at Norwich in recent seasons. They did it. If you don't overspend while you're in the Premier League, then you're always in a good position to bounce back, aren't you? So we finally got another stoppage here. Surprise, surprise. And the referee has booked the Brighton player. As cheers go round the Emirates. Oh, come on, lad. There were nothing in that. That's a poor yellow. So it's Espinian, the Brighton player with the yellow card. To be honest, I didn't see an awful lot in that was wrong. We've seen Wussing earlier in the game. So Arsenal with a free kick out on this near side. Probably about 30 yards from goal. Could get a shot off here, but I expect we'll probably get a cross rather than a shot. So thanks for that, Rich Paul Sports. Yep, you're right. Maybe that is the kick up the backside that they need. So the free kick now for Arsenal as it comes into the box and it's headed behind. And that will be a goal kick to Brighton. Joey's saying Shane Bolton didn't get a win the other day for you, mate. Yeah, but it's 2 legs in it, mate. It's 2 legs. Like as I was saying before to Ben, I was quite impressed with Barnsley. They played well yesterday. I didn't watch the whole game. I managed to get in and catch a decent chunk of the second half, and I watched the rest on the highlights. But yeah, I thought the Barnsley gave a good account of themselves. But I think what I've seen from the highlights anyway, I've seen the highlights of it, and the early stages of the game. I thought the Bolton looked nervy. I think that just too much hype goes into these playoff games. You know, I think the backroom staff and the people at the club shouldn't put that kind of pressure on the players to how big it is. We all know how big a playoff game is, but I think you could see it in some of the Bolton players, that just the nervousness in that first half an hour of the game, with wild shots, and just no, you know, just they eventually settled down from what I saw. Brighton with a cross into the box, and it's knocked on there, but goes well high and above the bar, and that will relieve the pressure for Arsenal. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Like I say, mate, I thought Bolton that. Like I say, I can only judge it off what I've seen. I think I caught about 35, 40 minutes of the second half, and then I watched the rest on highlights. And I definitely know I picked up on the highlights that Bolton looked nervous in the first 10, 15 minutes of the game, with wild shots and stuff like that. And like I say, I think that's just people in the background putting hyping it up too much. Let the players just play their natural game, and you've got a better chance of getting through and progressing. But yeah, still the second leg to go, mate, and hopefully Bolton will put in a more ambitious and committed performance in the second leg. But all credit to Barnsley. They came with a game plan, and they implemented it quite well. But thanks for that, Joey, top man. Rich Post Sports saying, I really admire Man City. Man City, how they remain so hungry to win is to be admired. Show some benchmarks they set. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. I could go into a lot of what that's just said, but it would be too distracting from the game. But yeah, fair enough, Rich Bow Sports. I'm not no disrespect. I respect your opinion, but I'm not in agreement, to be fair. I'm not in agreement with that, to be fair. And so Brighton now with the ball coming forward, but it's won back by Arsenal. But yeah, we'll have to leave that, Rich Post Sports. That's a debate for another day, I think, mate. But I respect your opinion. I do respect your opinion, but I have a different way of looking at it, to be fair, which kind of does fit in with what you're saying, but also doesn't. But like I say, if I get into that now, it will distract me from the game. So I think that's one for a debate another day. But thanks for that, Rich Post Sports. And as I say, mate, respect your opinion. So ball back with the Brighton goalkeeper at the minute. And it's Brighton now with the opportunity to build from the back. They try and kick the ball long, but Brighton is intercepted by Arsenal as they kick it out on this near side. So that will be a throw into Brighton. Joey's saying, hi, Rich Paul. I do feel sorry for Southampton, but it has been coming for a while. The signs were there for them to do something sooner. Yeah, absolutely. I've got to agree with that, Joey. Yep, you're absolutely spot on. I think they've been flirting with relegation for at least on and off for the last 3 or 4 seasons, haven't they? So yeah, that's a fair comment, Joey. I think, like you said, they've had other games where they've just dropped points in silly games. I think they just need to go. It might do. Rich Post Sports might be right. It might do Southampton good to drop down for a season or two, just reorganise, refocus, and come back again. Because, like I said, they've not spent stupid money and got themselves in debt. So that I think they're in a good position to bounce straight back in the next season or two. Brighton passing it back to the goalkeeper as they lost the ball cheaply now, and Arsenal on the attack as they cross the ball into the box, and all the Arsenal players there unable to make the most of that as Brighton tried to clear their lines, but it's headed back in the direction where it came from by the Arsenal players on the halfway line. But Brighton have won it back again. just outside their box as they now try to attack down that far side, coming forward into the Arsenal half of the field as they work their way towards the Arsenal box. And now Arsenal with plenty of bodies behind the ball as Brighton now trying to work it into the box, but eventually a challenge comes in by Arsenal. They win it back, knock it up the field, and Brighton pick it up again on the halfway line as they now come forward and work their way into the centre circle. Brighton with have got Arsenal boxed in a little bit for a moment. But good to see Arsenal focused on getting back defensively when they need to, as Brighton come forward now towards the edge of the Arsenal box, looking for an opportunity, but struggling to get a shot off with loads of Arsenal bodies there defending the box. And Brighton, again, forced to go backwards to come forwards, and eventually a ball knocked out to that far side, and it goes out for a throw into Arsenal deep inside their own half. So yeah, I have to agree with that, Joey. I think you're right, mate. Rich Pro Sports saying, Gaz, you are my ears and eyes today. Paint these pictures. Okay, mate, I will definitely do my best. Rich Pro Sports, thanks for that, mate. Yep, hopefully I'll try and keep you informed as best possible. Arsenal now with a possession on that far side, deep inside their own half of the pitch as they knock the ball forward, and a strong challenge comes in there from the Brighton player, and the referee has blown for another foul. This referee's very whistle happy in this game, isn't he? He's blowing for absolutely everything. So free kick for Arsenal out on that far side, midway inside their own half. They pass it back to the goalkeeper. Arsenal now knock it long out to that far side as Brighton intercept it. And now Brighton on the attack as they come into the Arsenal half of the field, working it down that far side, but under pressure from Arsenal, forced to pass it back towards the halfway line. And now just knocking it about along their defensive line as they eventually work the ball out to this near side now and come back inside. Again, under pressure from Arsenal. Arsenal really doing well defensively, adding that pressure at the right times as Brighton now knock the ball forward as they win it on the edge of the box and get a shot off, but it's well wide of this near side post. And good defending there from Arsenal as they defended it well. Didn't allow the Brighton player there to get the freedom to get a comfortable shot off. He was under pressure all the time. And fair play to him for getting the shot off, but he just couldn't get a clean-cut shot on it. As I say, one of the Arsenal defenders there sticking with him like glue to a stick. So, yeah, thanks for that, Rich Pro Sports. As I say, mate, do my best. Rich Pro Sports also saying, what are your views on fans running onto the pitch to celebrate? A lot of fun or dangerous and out of order? To be honest, mate, normally, the most of the time, I think it shouldn't be allowed. But in a big game, like a playoff, a promotion game, a cup final, something like that, an unusual game. I don't see it as that big of a deal, to be honest. I think it gets overhyped. The problem is the reason we can't have it is because there's too many idiots that will spoil it. Even if clubs openly express, yes, okay, you win a big, let's say Wimbledon won a big cup game against Man United or something, you can understand the Wimbledon fans wanting to run onto the pitch and celebrate such a massive victory for them. But unfortunately, it's that minority that would spoil it, wouldn't it? It'd be that handful of fans that would be idiots and spoil it, and that's why we can't. Unfortunately, we can't have pitch invasions by fans. It would be nice to have it for specific games, but I think, unfortunately, like I say, it's that small minority that want to be arseholes and spoil it for the rest, which is why, unfortunately, we can't have it, it's just a shame, innit? It really is a shame. Unfortunately, that's just the dregs of humanity, innit? That like to spoil it for the majority. As Arsenal now with a cross into the box, as Brighton managing to defend it, Arsenal pick it up again, and now Saka with a shot. Oh, just wide of this near side post, but good effort there from Saka. As we're now into the added on time at the end of this first half. But yeah, it's a great question, that Rich Pro Sports. And as I say, mate, I think it would be nice to allow it. It would be nice to allow it. But unfortunately, as I say, it's just them few dregs of you know, boneheads. Boneheads. That spoil it. That small minority that spoil it. The majority of fans would probably be well behaved if they were allowed to do it, as we've seen when it's happened. The majority of fans would be well behaved and respect the pitch, respect the infrastructure and the players and stuff like that. But unfortunately, like I say, mate, that question comes down to that simple fact that we always talk about, that small minority of boneheads that will spoil it for the majority. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question anyway, Rich Post Sports. But yeah, great question. Let me know your thoughts on it, mate. Arsenal now with the possession at the back as the goalkeeper now plays the ball forward, and Arsenal with the opportunity to play out from the back, but under pressure from Brighton. As Arsenal now work the ball out to that far side and come forward, but Brighton challenging for it, and it goes out for a throw-in, but Arsenal take it quickly and now down on the attack down that far side as they work their way towards the edge of the box, but challenged well there by Brighton as Brighton win it back. And now Brighton looking to get on the attack as they move the ball up the field and challenged by Arsenal. As Arsenal win it back now, midway inside the Brighton half as they come towards the edge of the box. Now, shot comes off and it's well wide. Why didn't he pass it to Saka there? Saka was in a fantastic position. But as we see sometimes with players, they want the glory. They go for it all themselves. And there's about time there's a bit more emphasis in some of this team play to remind players there's no I in team. Odegaard there, the one with the going for the shot, and he had every right to go for it, to be fair, but Saka was in a much better position to get off a more accurate shot. He should have cut it back to Saka. As Brighton now trying to play out from the back, and they win. Well, right, so I'm not sure what's been given here. It's a throw-in. Right, so yeah, throw-in to Arsenal. Even the players weren't sure then. So Arsenal now Arsenal forced to play it all the way back to the goalkeeper. I'm not sure how much added time we're supposed to have on here, guys, but we're already up to 49, so that's 4 minutes of added time we've added on. Saka now coming down this near side as he comes into the Brighton box, cuts it back, but it's intercepted by Brighton as they clear their lines, knock it up the field, and Arsenal intercept it, but then lose it again as Brighton managed to win it. But Brighton with some sloppy possession as they now give it straight back to Arsenal. Arsenal coming forward now towards the edge of the Brighton box, and it's to Saka. Saka plays it on, and now it's crossed into the box, and Brighton managing to win it back as they try to clear the lines, but under pressure from Saka. And eventually Arsenal with a possession on the halfway line. I don't know how much time we're having on at the end of this half. There goes the half time. We're just going to say that. I didn't actually see how much time was added on, but it must have been about 5 minutes because we are now finished for the first half, and there was about 5 minutes time added on. So let's go back to the chat and see what you guys are saying. Rich Post Sports saying Eddie Howe was approached by a fan yesterday at Leeds. Are bans for life? Are bans for life a way forward, or is that too dramatic? Well, I think that's a great question. I don't. Well, I missed that. I missed that. To be fair, I'm just trying to think. I missed that. Rich Post Sports. So was it an away fan or home fan or whatever that approached Eddie Howe? Was it a Newcastle fan, an away fan, or a fan of the rival club? Should I say? Let me know. I haven't seen that incident, but yeah. Like I said, I've just said it, mate. I've just answered the question, really. Unfortunately, we can't have fans approaching, getting on the pitch because of one or two idiots, basically, that will spoil it for the rest. As much as 90% of fans would probably be well behaved, respectful to players, respectful to managers, stuff like that. It's that 5% that wouldn't. That spoil it for the rest. And unfortunately, that answered the question, really, doesn't it, mate? We can't allow it because of that minority of idiots that would spoil it for everybody else. So, yeah, but I'll check that out for later. Rich Sports. I haven't seen that, mate, to be fair. Mini Mo saying, afternoon all. How's everyone? How's it going, Mini? Welcome to the show, mate. I hope you've had a good weekend. Great to have you with us. I'm good. Thanks for asking. And hope you're good and hope you've had a good week, mate. Pleasure to have you with us as always, Minnie. Joey's saying, think it depends, Rich Pro, if he approached him with if he approached him will know with no aggression, then why a ban that far too dramatic, too drastic. But if fans are being violent, that's a different matter. Absolutely. Well said, Joey. Yeah, totally agree with you, mate. Unfortunately, like you say, it would be nice to have the freedom to allow fans to approach managers, coaches, stuff like that. But unfortunately, like I say, it's the small minority of idiots. Just go on social media and look at how some of these plonkers are absolutely talking about football. The most unbelievable brain dead comments that you can ever imagine to see, and they've got the nerve to call themselves football fans. It's like, when did you start supporting football? Yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Just know, I mean, I just had a pop at one today on Twitter. Some muppet of a fan, as soon as West Ham went behind in that game earlier on today, there's a West Ham fan on there going, sack David Moyes. What? Because one game defeat, one goal conceded to sack the manager. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. They've just won their last game in the league, the previous game in the league. They've given a good account of themselves in Europe. They're in a semi-final. They turned around the result the other day from a losing position in Europe, and yet you've got brain dead fans that come on with stupid comments like that. As soon as the game, they go one goal behind, they're calling for the manager to be sacked. How brain dead can you be? That is, to me, is just a glory hunter. And then I told him he was a glory hunter, and he went, 43 years since West Ham won a title. I won a cup. How am I a glory hunter? I said, because I'm not calling the club a glory hunter. I'm calling you a glory hunter for your ridiculous comment. Sack the manager just because you've conceded an early goal. That is the kind of mentality of fans that you have, unfortunately, in football. Majority of fans are clever, intelligent, but there's that small minority of brain-dead fans that just don't use common sense. And come out with absolute ridiculous comments like that, sack the manager just because you conceded an early goal in a game. I'm just giving you that as an example, guys. So for me, unfortunately, that's why we can't have fans getting on the pitch, approaching players, approaching managers, because you just don't know if a fan has got good intentions, bad intentions, respectful intentions, or disrespectful intentions. And that's the reality of the modern game. If we could marshal football where we knew that every fan was going to behave themselves, then we would be able to have a bit better contact between players and fans and managers and fans. But unfortunately, like I say, it's that small brain dead minority, unfortunately. And it is a small minority, but it is, unfortunately, that's the reality of the game today, guys. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Well said, mate. Joey's also saying, hi, Minnie. How's you? Nice one, Joey. Top stuff. As always from you, mate. Minnie saying, I'm good for a 1-1 draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw today. Awesome. Thanks for that, Minnie. Yep, you could be right, as it's 0-0 so far. And to be honest, we've had a few shots on goal, but this referee I think this referee is anti-football. The amount of times that he's stopped the game. So, yeah. He might need to go back to referee school to get some further training on how to actually let a game flow, because he's blown for absolutely everything. So I think maybe he wants the limelight, and that's what we're up against this afternoon, Minnie. We're up against a referee that wants the spotlight all for himself. Just put the spotlight on him. That's what we should have. When we get a referee like this, we should have a big spotlight in the stadium so we can just highlight him so everybody knows, bring his name up on the board and give him his moment of glory, and then we can get on with the game. Do you not think that a bit, as a sarcastic, wouldn't it be great if a club did that, just sarcastically? Big spotlight right on him, and then plaster his name right across the main screen in the stadium, saying, there's your moment of glory. Our referee today, if you didn't know, is such and such a body. Please give him a round of applause and a positive welcome to our fan stadium, so then we can get on with the game. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Sarcastically, so to a referee that's too card happy. It'd certainly be something new on the back pages, wouldn't it, compared to the traditional tripe that we get to see. So, yeah, Joey saying, yeah, good shout that minute. Yep, definitely with the way this game started. So, yeah, definitely got to agree with you there. And thanks for that, Minnie. We've not had too many score predictions for this one. Joey saying, don't think ref school will help some of them laugh out. Yeah, well, maybe Joey, what we could do is we could start a fans approved referees school. That'd work better, wouldn't it? You know how they say, with these, what they call it, you know what I mean? These promotions where we get companies promoting their products, saying that they're trying to save rainforests and this, that, and cut less trees down for extra promotion. Well, we could do that, couldn't we? We could say, we could give referees badges, couldn't we? Fan approved referee. And get rid of the FA's approved referee logo on the side of the shirt. That's not worth the material it's worth written on, but we could have a new one, couldn't we? Fan approved referee. That'd be quality, wouldn't it? I don't think the football associations would go for that, though, would they? Because they know we would expect high standards. And Joey's saying, laugh out loud, won't be any refs left. That's a good point, Joey. I like that. I never thought of it like that. See, there you go, Joey looking outside the box. That's quality. I'm only thinking of it one way there, but just on the comical side of it. But yeah, Joey also thinking on the comical side of it, but with a different outlook. I never thought of it. You're right, mate. Yep. Well, the question is, would any referees actually be up to fan approval standard? That's a good one, Joey. I like that, mate. Yeah, definitely. That's quality. Like, give us a percentage, guys. Go on, if you're there, give us a percentage. If referees had to be fan approved, the referees of today, Let's, what percentage of referees do you think would actually get fan approval? Be able to reach the expectations of what fans would expect from a referee? 5%, 10%, 20%? Be interesting that one it to have. Joey's saying 20%. Well, you're generous, Joey. You're generous. I was thinking more like, this is my personal opinion, I was thinking more that it'd be probably more like 5%, maybe even less. I don't know if you guys remember, but the best referee, one of the best referees I've ever seen in football, in my time of watching football and enjoying the sport of being a football fan. I forget what he was called now. The guy, he's not a referee anymore, but he used to referee a lot of European games. The bald guy, I'm sure you guys know who I mean. What was he called now? He was awesome. No nonsense, but very, very fair. Firm but fair is probably the way, and he really did shine. He knew how to control a game, and he also knew how to not be biased. And I can't remember what was he called now. I'm just looking it up now. I can't remember his name. His name's actually on the tip of my tongue. There he is. Colina. Colina. Pierluigi Colina. What a referee he was. I don't know if you guys that are younger football fans will remember him, but yeah, he was unbelievable. No nonsense. Absolutely knew when he was refereeing, you knew he was in charge. I think he's probably one of the few referees that actually probably would have a good chance of passing a fans approved referee test because, like I say, guys, he was awesome. He was absolutely awesome. Very firm, no nonsense referee, but he was fair. He was fair. I thought he was always fair. Anyway, I'm not saying I've seen every game that he refereed, but the majority of the time, he did seem to be very fair in most of the games that I saw him in. Joey's saying that is generous, mate. Laugh out loud. It is, Joey. Yeah, it is. You are being generous there, mate. Totally agree with you there. And Joey's saying, I know who you mean. He was fair with his decisions. Let the game flow. Yeah, as well. Yeah, absolutely. Let the game flow. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I remember there was times where he would just let the game flow, and then if he had a decision to make, he'd just come back to it, wouldn't he? He did do that a couple of occasions. But yeah, you're right, mate. Kalini he was called. I've just looked him up, Kalina. But yeah, like I say, I think that most referees should be inspired by him, because he had the respect of the fans. I thought most fans had a respect for him because they knew that he was a no nonsense referee, and he was going to referee. Like Joey said, he let the game flow, but he also demanded that players show him respect, and as long as they did that, they was going to get a non-biased referee. And like I say, we need more referees like him. He should be in charge of the referee training school. Let's sack Mike Riley, because he's the head referee at the English FA at the minute. So I reckon we could do this, couldn't we? This is what we could do, if we had Fandom being with bigger fan community in the future. We could have votes like this, and we could present it. Like you go to the government with one of them. What do they call it now? Petition. So we could start a petition in the future if we get Fandom to grow with more fans, and we could start a petition and go to the FA and say, right, we've got I don't know, 10,000 fans have signed this petition to demand that we have a better standard of referees or something like that. Obviously, they'd have to think it out better, but just to let the FA know, look, there is 10,000 football fans signing this petition to let you know that you're not doing your job to the standards we expect. You're not making sure that these referees are reaching the standards that fans expect. That'd be a bit of a wake-up call for them, wouldn't it? You never see the mainstream media coming up with anything like that. And that'd be refreshing, wouldn't it? Because power of certain media companies do have the power to do that, but they don't, do they? Instead, they put stupid clickbait comments, posts on saying, who do you think the best referee, who do you think the best goalkeeper was this season? Who do you think the best striker was this season? Who do you think the best midfielder was this season? And yet they're paying people to think this stuff up. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but if I was paid to do a job like that, guys, I would want to think outside the box. I would want to think, right, what can we do that others don't do? Well, that's what Fanden's about. That's what we intend to do in the future of Fanden, guys. Think outside the box. Think how we can do stuff that other people don't do, that other media outlets don't do, that other YouTubers don't do, to try and make a difference for you guys, the fans. The people that really matter in football are the fans, not these rich people, not the referees, not the people running the Football Association, not the players, not the managers, the fans. I strongly believe that, guys, and that is why I keep working hard on Fanden, because I want to see if we can achieve something special for fans who really care about the future of the game. We should. Players have a voice in football. Managers have a voice in football. The football associations have a voice in football. These rich people buying our football clubs have a voice in football. But you guys that pay your money all the time, whether you're paying for, you're going to attend the games live with tickets, or whether you're paying for Sky, or whether you're paying for BT Sport, doesn't matter. Every penny you put in to a big media company that's providing sports is putting money into your club and every other club. Because where do you think that big TV money goes from? When they get the big payouts at the end of the season, these clubs, these Premier League clubs, get these big fat checks off the mainstream media TV companies. Where do you think they're getting it from? They're getting it from you. You're the ones paying for the TV. So that's how these big media companies are able to give out these big fat checks. Because of you guys, the fans. Sorry, guys, I had to point that out, because I'm fed up with hearing that it's TV companies that invest the money. It's not. TV. Where do you think the TV companies get the money from in the first place? The fans. So it's not the TV companies investing millions of pounds into Premier League football. It's the fans, because that's where they're getting the money from in the first place. Madness. Have to point out the obvious, guys, because it's not being pointed out. So we're back in the way, guys. I'll shut up now. Stop ranting and rambling. Let's get back to the game. As Brighton now with possession at the back. So what's this deja vu? We're having deja vu here, guys. We started the first half with a player having a ball blasted at him, and we've just had the same thing repeat itself, except slightly different scenario. The referees blasted the ball at Gabriel Jesus. That'll wake you up in the morning, lad. If you weren't switched on for the game now, you are. You've just had the ball rattle your head. Brighton now playing out from the back. Forced to play back to the goalkeeper. As Brighton now with the ball down that far side and come forward into the Arsenal half of the field. As Arsenal with limited bodies behind the ball here. But Brighton still keeping it in play as they've lost it to Arsenal now as Kieran Tierney tries to break out from the back. forced to come back inside, but now Arsenal coming straight down the centre of the pitch as Arsenal come forward into Brighton's half of the field now. Strong challenge there from Brighton, and surprise, surprise, the referee gives another free kick. Arsenal luckily take it quickly, and no disruption to the game as Arsenal work the ball into the box. Attempted cross, and it's blocked off by Brighton, and that goes behind. But won't be a corner as the linesman has put his flag up. So don't forget, guys, if you could, only just mentioning it first time tonight on the stream, please do it. That thumbs up would be appreciated. As Brighton now playing out from the back, knocking the ball long up into the half, the Arsenal half of the field as they now come forward and with possession out on that far side on the edge of the Arsenal box. They work the opportunity to get across. Cross comes in, but it's headed away. And Brighton have scored! Unbelievable. Brighton with an upset here. They've scored. NCO. Well, I never. Well, there you go. That's what happens if you don't make the best of your possession. Arsenal having the majority of the possession in that first half. They did look the stronger of the two teams, but they didn't make it count. And they could also be hampered now by the fact that the referee is not letting this game flow the best. And Brighton take the lead. Have that. Big shock for Arsenal. Minute is saying goal. Yes. Yes, absolutely, Minute. We want some goals, don't we, mate? As Brighton just keep causing shocks all over the place, don't they, this season? Yeah, it was just crossed in and it took a bit of a... Just want to watch it again. Yeah, it was a bit of a miskick shot or miskick cross into the box, but it fell nicely for the Brighton player there, and he's been able to just head it straight into the back of the net, and I don't think even a goalkeeper were expecting that. So, yeah, nice 1 minute. Absolutely, that's what we want. Goals. Well said, mate. Joey's saying no way. I know, mate. A bit of a surprise, but we have to give credit to Brighton. They've been causing surprises all over the place this season. And that's why we love the Premier League, innit, guys? Always twists and turns. And we always seem to have quite regular these days in the modern Premier League era. We do seem to have quite a regular now with teams that not expected to do much and then put a run together and cause some upsets. I think... I don't know whether Leicester started that trend, but it has become more apparent, hasn't it, in the last 6, 7, or 8 years of seasons that a team comes from that unexpectedly and gets themselves into good positions. So we've got a stoppage at the minute, guys. Arsenal player heading it away. Yeah, it was a good goal, that. So we're back underway, guys, as the ball is kicked long down the field out to that far side. Just being headed about between both teams as eventually Brighton get it down on a pitch at the back and now try to play the ball long up the field. And now Brighton do get possession inside the Arsenal half as they come charging down that far side. As a challenge comes in there from Arsenal and claims for a foul. What we're going to have I would expect we are going to have a foul. This referee likes fouls. No, well, that's a surprise. He's not giving a foul. He's giving a throw-in. So Brighton with a throw-in on the far side, about 10 yards from the corner flag, as Arsenal managed to win it back now and pass it back to their defensive line on the edge of their own box as they Tierney on this near side tries to get moving forward, but a strong challenge blocked off there by the Brighton player, and he's won a free kick for Arsenal deep inside their own half. Minute is saying Enzio is a great player. I really like him. Yeah, what I've seen of him, mate. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I've not watched absolutely loads of Brighton. I've not seen every game this season or anything, but what games I've seen of him, yeah, he's definitely looked impressive. So, yeah, that's a good shout, Minnie. Thanks for that, mate. Yep. I can't argue with you there at all, to be fair. Like I said, I've not watched all of Brighton's games, but what I have seen of him, he does look like quite a talented player with plenty of desire to do well. Question for you guys, though. How many, with Brighton doing so well, how many of these Brighton players do you expect to leave the club in the summer? Because I'm sure that some of the bigger clubs will probably potentially try to buy one or two of Brighton's talented players. So how many players do you guys think will be leaving Brighton in the summer transfer window? Let me know, guys. I'll be interested to hear from you. We've seen it happen with Southampton when they put a decent team together. We've seen it happen with Leicester, that eventually they start getting their better players pillaged by the bigger clubs. So I'd love to hear from you guys how many Brighton players you expect to see move this summer. Brighton now losing the ball on this near side as Arsenal win it back, and now Arsenal with the possession as they now play the ball forward, or looking to play it forward, should I say, but eventually it does go forward. Long ball down the centre of the field up towards the Brighton box, but Brighton intercept it and pass it back to the goalkeeper. And now Brighton on the attack again as they come forward into the Arsenal half, knocking the ball out to that far side as they come towards the edge of the Arsenal box now. And it's a good challenge there comes in from Arsenal as just as Brighton came into the box, and Arsenal managed to clear their lines as they knocked the ball out on that far side for a throw-in. So no opinions on that, guys? No thoughts on it? So Brighton just knocking the ball about inside their own half as they play the ball forward to the halfway line, and it's challenged by Arsenal, but Brighton managed to come away with it, coming down the centre of the pitch as they move, knock the ball out to that far side, and now cut it back inside and coming back towards the halfway line as they find that Arsenal have got plenty of bodies back behind the ball, but Brighton still probing as they now work the ball back out to that far side, but again forced to come backwards as Arsenal keep that defensive formation. Now Brighton just content to knock it about as Arsenal seem a little bit more hurried now as they're pressing well from the front. And Brighton eventually forced to pass it all the way back to their goalkeeper. Oh, long ball down the far side now, and it's intercepted by Brighton as they just about managed to keep it under pressure from Arsenal, and now switch the play out to this near side. Now coming, working it down. Oh, kick to the face. Was that a kick to the face or a ball to the face? As Arsenal managed to win it back, but the referee not giving nothing there, and now the ball out to that far side to Saka as they come into the box. It's cut back but cut out by Brighton as they manage to clear their lines and knock the ball up towards the halfway line. A Arsenal goalkeeper coming out of his area there to intercept that, and now Arsenal will build again from the back. Build again from their back line on the halfway line as it's knocked forward down that far side, and it's eventually goes straight to the Brighton goalkeeper. Joey is saying, to be honest, mate, I haven't watched loads of Brighton, so unsure. Only one or two players stood out to me when I have watched them. No, that's fair enough, Joey. Yeah, thanks for replying, mate. Yeah, that's a fair comment. Like I say, I've not watched loads of Brighton games. I've watched a few, but I've not watched loads. But yeah, I was just chucking it out there as a random question, see if you guys had an opinion on it. Just a general figure. If you thought, like, I don't know, maybe you expect Brighton to lose a quarter of their squad, maybe just 2 or 3 players. Depends, doesn't it? But they've definitely got themselves in a really good position this season. But yeah, no, that's fair enough, Joey. Yeah, that's I respect your honesty there, mate. At least you're not trying to just come up with a random number. You're honest enough to admit that you've not seen enough of them, and that's I respect that massively, mate. Fair comment. Plenty of, like I said, plenty of idiots on social media that like to give comments about stuff they know nothing about, and I always do the same myself, Joey. If I've not seen enough of something that people are asking me opinion, I'll just be honest and just say I've not seen enough of that player or that team to give a fair assessment. So yeah, top respect to you, mate, for that. Oh, we got another stoppage. This referee definitely card happy with that. Seen so many challenges in this game, knocks to the head and all sorts. Brighton now playing the ball down the middle as Arsenal managed to win it back and lose it again now. As Brighton trying to work the ball forward down this near side, but Arsenal with another challenge, and the referee's blown for a foul. 61 minutes gone, guys. Still Arsenal 0, Brighton 1. Joey said, I reckon they will lose some. They defo caught people's eye this season. Yeah, no, you're right, mate. Yeah, definitely. They're gonna have to be stubborn, aren't they? Basically, they're gonna have to be stubborn. They're gonna have to dig their heels in to try and keep their better players and fend off the interest. But the question is, the problem with a club like Brighton is, big clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City, Chelsea, these kind of clubs come in from, it can turn the player's head. And then that's when, a club like Brighton are up against it, aren't they? They might want to keep the player. They might want to do everything they can to keep him. But if the player's mind's made up and they're tempted to move to a bigger club that's more chance of winning trophies, then it becomes an impossible task for a club like Brighton to keep their better players. That's where this modern game has gone nuts now, that player power does now really play a part in football like it never used to before. Don't get me wrong, I think players have always had that power to decide where they go, but now it's a lot more, it has a bigger impact now because of obviously a lot of clubs chasing success. And Arsenal with a shot there, and it's just gone wide of that far side post. But good effort there for Arsenal as they try to pick up the pace of the game now. But yeah, it was just curling out as he got the shot off beautifully, and it was just curling out and away. And yeah. I had to try and put that, simulating that, trying to put that in the back of the net as he kicked out there. Brighton now playing out from the back as they work the ball down this near side, but it's challenged by Arsenal, and the referee blows for a foul. Arteta going nuts on the touchline. Watch yourself, lad. You'll be getting the attention of the referee. Sorry, guys, just going to share the other one with you. It's probably not up to date. I'm still trying to look into this, but just so you guys can keep track of it a little better. There you go, guys. There's the other screen. I haven't been showing this as much recently because it's not in time with me doing the commentary, but hopefully you guys at least appreciate it. I will try, guys, in the summer. I will try and figure out if there's a way to get this screen to be in time with what I'm seeing on the screen as well. But you'll have to just bear with me with that for the moment. As Arsenal now work the ball out to that far side as Saka challenged by Brighton, and Brighton managed to win it back. And now Brighton trying to build again from the back as they knock the ball long up towards the halfway line, but Arsenal managed to head it on, and it comes straight back to the same player, and he now passes it back to the goalkeeper, and Brighton looking to try and get forward now. Brighton playing sloppy there as Arsenal managed to win it back, but Brighton forced to just get a last-ditch challenge in there, and it goes back to the goalkeeper. But they can't be dawdling like that at the back, can they, guys? They can't be. Brighton need to be a better switched on. They've got to remember they might want the points, but Arsenal also want the points to try and keep that pressure on City. So yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Top comment as always, mate. Joey saying so true. Money talks. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, well said. It's about the money and the prestige as well, isn't it? Because come on, no disrespect to Brighton, but when a player's got the opportunity to go and play for a club like Liverpool or Man United, to football players, these are big clubs. These are big clubs where they can really bloom their career if they can hit the ground running and take the success that they've had at their previous club. It's one of them, innit? So yeah, as you say, mate, it's all about the money these days, unfortunately. But Brighton now coming forward. Shot comes in, and it's from distance. It was Danny Welbeck getting the shot off there from about 25 yards out, and goes wide of that far side post. So yeah, thanks for that, Joey. I agree, mate. Minimo's saying if it stays like this, Man City can win the title next week. I think. Sorry, I had to read that twice then to get it. Arithmetic isn't my best quality. No worries, mate. No worries, minute. Like you guys are so honest with your with how you stay stuff. I love it. Absolutely love your honesty. But yeah, no worries, mate. I was just curious. I was just curious if you guys had an opinion on it. Just simply because, like I say, we've seen Southampton get their better players picked off. We've seen it at Leicester. We've seen it at a few clubs, haven't we? When they've got players that show that some decent qualities and talent, they tend to get their best players picked off. And I think Brighton have managed to avoid the majority of that so far. But after the season that they've had, they're about to encounter some of it, you would think. But yeah, well said. And nice 1 minute. Absolutely love the honesty there, mate. Absolutely love it. Brighton now breaking into the Arsenal box, but a good opportunity there for Brighton, but that possession just cut out by Arsenal as they clear the lines. But Arsenal clear it up towards the halfway line, and Brighton pick it up again as they're just knocking it about, and now try to come forward again down that far side as they cut it back into the centre of the field. And Arsenal just chasing shadows a bit at the minute. As Brighton now work the ball down this near side, looking for an opportunity to get across. And Arsenal challenge again for it, but only knocking it up the field for Brighton to intercept it again. as Brighton now just content to keep knocking it about. Now they come forward down that far side, and it's challenged by Arsenal, and that goes behind for a corner on the far side to Brighton. But yes, work to do for Arsenal so far. They're definitely looking frustrated at the moment. They shouldn't be frustrated. They should be prepared. You should be prepared. Everybody has seen how well Brighton have been playing this season. So they should be prepared for what they were going to come up against in this game. You have to show respect for the opposition. You don't start to show respect to the opposition. That's when you start dropping points. So I'm not being funny, but Arsenal might have had a fantastic season, but they also have to acknowledge that Brighton have also had a fantastic season, and they've still got something to play for. And you have to respect that. You have to respect that they're going to come, they're going to try and play, and that's exactly what they've done. But as I say, some of the Arsenal players looking rather frustrated at the moment. As Brighton take the corner and it's knocked away, but they pick it up again outside the box and now work the ball out to this near side, looking for an opportunity to get a cross in. And eventually a cross is worked in, but it's easily cut out by the Arsenal goalkeeper, who now tries to get Arsenal moving quickly. But challenged. Oh, come on, ref. That is poor. The referee blowing for a foul there, but there was next to nothing in it. And that's a free kick to Arsenal. That is really poor from the referee. Honest, he definitely needs to go back to referee school, this guy. Really does. Arsenal now with the possession on that far side. Oh, Arsenal coming in with a shot as it was played through a few defensive bodies there, and Arsenal managing to get a quick interception going there as the ball was played in behind, or attempted to play in behind, and Arsenal forward running onto it. I'm not sure it was. Just managed to quickly get the shot off before the Brighton players had enough time to react, but the goalkeeper read it well, as Arsenal now regain possession on that far side, as they just now knocking it about along their defensive line. So thanks for that minute. Top stuff, mate. Joey's saying laugh out loud. Nice one, guys. And Minimo saying, sorry, Joey, especially sorry, Rich Bo. No worries, minute. No need to apologise. We love your honesty, mate. Absolutely love it. Nat, welcome to the show, Nat. How's it going, mate? Nat saying, good evening, Gaz and chat. Nice one, Nat. Good to see you, mate. Hope you had a good weekend. Always a pleasure to have you involved. Welcome to the show, mate. And as I say, I hope you've had a good weekend. Apart from your team, obviously, having a really disappointing result against Peterborough on Friday evening. Really, I was gutted for you, mate. Absolutely gutted. I were expecting a better performance from your team. Your team very much, for me, a sleeping giant. Should punch him way below the weight. And I don't know what is going on with Wednesday this season, mate. Let me know your thoughts on it, because you guys have got some decent players, a massive club, brilliant fans, but yet the players just keep going missing, don't they? In random games, they play a good game, then they play a poor game. They play a good game, then they play a poor game. There's not, for you, mate. You must be so frustrated watching that. I really do feel for you. At least when we know our teams are losing consistently, we can see there's a reason for it. But when your team is winning one, then losing two, then winning one, and then losing two, how can you put your finger on why? So I totally feel for you, Nat. But welcome to the show, mate. Hopefully we can cheer you up. Just talking some general football. Always a pleasure to see you, mate. Joey saying Rich Pope will especially be sad. Could have been their season. Yep, you're right, Joey. Although I think got to give credit to Arsenal. Just reaching the Champions League is fantastic achievement, if you ask me, and not just scraping it in fourth place either. So yeah. that is the trophy that Arsenal should be chasing, if you ask me, guys. That Champions League, they should be chasing that, because they've won the Premier League on a number of occasions. They've won the FA Cup, they've won the League Cup, but they've never won the Champions League. So for me, Arsenal fans want to be considered as one of the best clubs in the world, like they're always chanting about. They need to win that trophy. So it's going to be fantastic to see them back in it next season. But the question is, will they have enough tools to deal with it? As you guys know, the Champions League is ruthless, absolutely ruthless. So if you've got any frailties, any weaknesses, they will be found out in the Champions League. So just coming up to 75 minutes, guys. Still Arsenal 0, Brighton 1. Arsenal with the possession now, all the way back to their own goalkeeper. Arsenal kick it long now, down that far side. As it's intercepted by Jesus, and now he plays it on, but it's cut out by Brighton just outside their own box as they play it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long up towards the halfway line as Arsenal and Brighton both challenge for it, and Brighton have managed to pick up the possession as they now try to come forward down this near side as one of their players just blocked off there by the Arsenal. Shot comes in. Oh, beautiful effort there, but just wide of that far side post. But Arsenal need to watch themselves. Brighton offering all sorts of warning signs here to Arsenal that as long as they keep leaving spaces at the back, Brighton will keep trying to create those opportunities. I think it was McAllister running onto that then. So Brighton with a change, and it's Ferguson coming off. Buwan, I can't even read his name. Buwanata coming on. Buwanate. And Arsenal also making a change. And it's Jesus coming off, which is a strange decision. And it's a double change for Arsenal. So Odegaard and Jesus coming off, and it's Smith Rowe and I didn't see the other player that's just come on for Arsenal. My apologies, it came up that quick, didn't have time to read it. Nat is saying, evening Joey and Minnie. Nice one, Nat. How's it going? I always love that positivity top stuff, and Joey acknowledging that. Awesome, guys, absolutely awesome. Brighton now with the possession out on that far side as the Brighton player now going down. I don't know what he's done here, but I think I don't know if it's cramp. I think it might be cramp or something. I don't know. He's pulled in a muscle. He looks really in discomfort anyway. Brighton player. Brighton player's gone off the edge of the pitch there with challenging for a ball with an Arsenal player, and as he's come running back onto the pitch, he's just gone down on the deck as if he's got cramp or something. We're not seeing the replay here, so I'm not sure if he took a bit of a knock, got a bit of a dead leg or something. I don't know, but he definitely seems in a fair bit of discomfort on that far side. So Arsenal with 3 shots and Brighton with 4 shots, only 1 each on target according to that, which is quite a surprise. So yeah, I don't know if he's got a dead leg, but he's off on the side of pitch there, receiving treatment. Now Brighton with a possession in the centre of the park as they come knock it out to this near side now. And why you had space to run into there, lad? Why come backwards? Why come backwards? And Brighton now knocking the ball out of play again on this near side. Right, so now it's McAllister down on the pitch. I'm not sure if there was a strong challenge there coming from the Arsenal player. I think it was Saka actually, and he's took the brunt of that challenge in the side of his ankle or something. Yeah, I think he's just clattered him on the ankle. So that obviously that is going to be painful initially, but let's hope it's not too serious. So 80 minutes gone, guys, and the Arsenal fans are feeling that this is playing for time, but no, I don't think it is. He definitely took the brunt of that challenge, and it looks like Brighton are going to be forced into a challenge, into a change here. So it's Julia Enzio, the player going off injured, and it's Denzi Undav coming on for Brighton. So a bit of unsporting conduct here from the Arsenal fans as they're booing because the Brighton player is not going off at the nearest side of the pitch, but he's got, by the sounds of it, it might be a hamstring injury. And the medical team just saying, walking all the way around the pitch, it's just going to aggravate the injury more. So let's just let him walk across the pitch so he can receive treatment. And obviously he's coming off anyway. I think that's a little bit out of order from the Arsenal fans. I get that they want to win the game. I get they want to get the game moving forward, but we can see that that's a genuine injury. If it was play acting or just trying to kill time and run the clock down, I totally understand the Arsenal fans booing. But we can see that he's genuinely injured. So isn't the well-being of players more important than getting the game going restarted? The referee's clocking it, so it's not like any less time's going to be. And let's be honest, guys, this referee stopped the games more time than a bus that stops going to from the suburbs into the city centre. Honest, I bet you any money that the bus into Liverpool or Manchester wouldn't stop this many times. How many times we've had stoppages in this game? I think maybe this referee is the former bus driver. That's why he's stopping the game so much. Arsenal now on the attack down this near side as they come into the box looking for an opportunity, and Brighton managed to challenge for it as it goes out on this near side. On this near side, that will be a corner to Arsenal. And Joey is saying, do you think Arsenal have given up on this season now? No, I don't actually, mate. I don't, because in fairness, they've been trying to get themselves back into it in this game. They look just as hungry, but the reality is they've come up against a better team. This is not, this is not a Southampton or a Bournemouth. This is Brighton that have been playing really well all season and causing quite a few upsets. So Arsenal should have been better prepared, knowing that they was going to be playing a team that were going to be able to actually compete with them, that not just going to roll over. going to compete. So, yeah, no, mate, I don't think they have. But if they lose this game, I think, yes, then they will. But no, I think they're probably losing hope. But no, by the efforts of this game, I would say they're still hungry to try and keep that pressure on City while they can. But the referee's not helped this game at all. He's like I say, he's stopped it more than the 5-10 bus to Liverpool. Brighton now playing out from the back and now coming forward on the halfway line as they knock the ball out to this near side now, coming forward. But Arsenal managing to get bodies behind the box. Behind the ball, and Brighton just slow up their attack now as they pass it backwards to come forwards. But they're just content to keep the ball, slow the game down. So thanks for that, Joey. Good question, mate. Minimo saying hi. Nat, how's you? Nice 1 minute. Awesome stuff from you, as always, mate. And Minimo also saying Arsenal players have only got themselves to blame. Poor from them. Yeah, that's a fair comment, Minnie. Yeah, they've had plenty of opportunities to win it, haven't they, in recent weeks and months, and they've made too many mistakes at the wrong times. So, yeah, well said, Minnie. Joey saying Arsenal should have Brighton have a good record at the Emirates. I think, to be honest, I'm not sure what the record. Oh, Brighton have scored again. So there you go. Brighton have scored a second, guys. That's game, set, and match. Game, set, and match. Arsenal have now just gone and thrown the title race away. If they had any hope of it, it's gone now. That was really poor from Arsenal. Ball kicked up the field by the goalkeeper towards his thingy. Cut out. Poor pass. Yeah, that's Arsenal's own doing for that goal. Trying to play out from the back. And this is what I've been saying, guys, about clubs trying to copy that style from Manchester City and Guardiola. Unless you're perfect, it doesn't work. So Arsenal tried to play out from the back. As they played the ball forward, Brighton managed to cut it out, intercept it, knocked it back in towards the box. And it was an easy effort for Brighton to score the second. So there you go, guys. Brighton look like they're going to win this now. 86, well, coming up to 87 minutes gone. Arsenal 0, Brighton 2. So thanks for that, Joey. Joey also saying agree, Minnie, but unfortunately it will be the manager's fault fault in some people's eyes. Yeah, it will, but not in my eyes. Not in my eyes. I think Arteta's done fantastic getting them to where they are. And look at this. This is the glory hunting mentality of Arsenal fans leaving the stadium now as they forget the fact that they've had an absolutely unbelievable season, competed at the top, given a really good attack. Their team was given a good account of themselves. Nobody expected them to be challenging for the title, especially so deep and late into the season. But the glory hunting Arsenal fans are leaving the stadium. That's really poor from Arsenal fans. See the bigger picture, for crying out loud. It's a game. You've given, your team has done you proud this season, but just because you've not won that title, you start leaving the stadium. Really poor that from Arsenal fans. Minimo saying this failure is not down to the manager. To be fair, to be honest, to be honest, he's been Arsenal's saviour this season. Yeah, I agree. I think he's been Arsenal's saviour, full stop. The Arsenal fans just don't appreciate him. They don't appreciate that he's a young manager and you have to give him time. Expect him to go and win the Premier League and Champions League back to back straight away. He's young, he's learning. This is the thing. He's been at Arsenal for a while now, but he's still learning. You don't learn things in 5 minutes. Why do you think people go to university? And this is not directed to any of you guys in particular. I'm just talking generally here, guys. But why do people spend so much money going to university to study for 4 or 5 years? Sometimes longer if it's to do a more serious job, because it takes time to learn things. And once you've been to university and learn all that, then you go and do the job and learn some more, because what you learn in university doesn't teach you how to actually do the job when you actually do that job. So, players, fans that think that young managers should just turn it on and be able to, they're an ex-footballer, so they should know enough. That's a load of rubbish. That's a load of rubbish. There's a whole different realm of stuff to learn once you become a manager. And to fairness for Arteta, I think, he's still in a position where he's learning. So, yeah, I agree, Minute. Well said, mate. I think he's been a breath of fresh air for Arsenal. I agree with you, mate. Joey's saying, well done, Brighton. Yeah, you've got to give them the respect they deserve. Well said, Joey. Totally agree, mate. Joey also saying, I know, Minnie, but you what? I know, Minnie, but you what some? I think that's what some fans are. But that's what some fans are like. I think that's meant to say. I think it's maybe had that spell check stupid thing has tried to input it. Don't worry, Joe, I got it, mate. The stupid spell check trying to interpret what you said, it does that to me. It's annoying, isn't it? Changes a word. You type one word in and then it changes it. Brighton on the attack now, looking for a third. So Arsenal managed to defend it there. 8 minutes, guys, added on at the end of this second half. 8 minutes, that's crazy. That just goes to show we've had long spells of added on time at the end of the first and the second half. That down to the referee with his bus stop managing of the game. Minnie Mo saying fans know nothing. No, we do, Minnie, we do. It's just unfortunate there's a small amount of fans that are just, brain dead, that give the rest of us fans a bad name. So, yeah, we do. I've heard you, Minnie, coming out with some very intelligent football comments. I've heard Joey coming out with some intelligent football comments. I've heard Rich Pro Sports as well coming out with some intelligent football comments. So, no, I just think it's just sometimes that a small minority of fans just come out with some brain dead stuff. They've got sawdust between the ears and it gives the rest of us a bad name. Yeah, Joey laughing at that. Yeah, I suppose so. If we don't laugh, we'll cry, won't we? As Minnie Mo's saying, being a footballer these days is equal mentality and talent. Arsenal players will learn from this season. Exactly. See, there you go, Minnie. There's an intelligent football comment. As you see the bigger picture. But unfortunately, sometimes when fans get their club glasses on, they don't look at things logically like that when they're looking at their own club sometimes. Sometimes they're looking at it with tinted glasses on, so to speak. But there you go, Minnie. Loving it. That is just an example of intelligence coming from a football fan. So there you go, Minnie. You've just shown it yourself, mate. Joey's saying they should be happy, like you said, Gaz. They had a good season, best one for a while. Absolutely. Well said, Joey. Totally agree, mate. Yeah, definitely. I think Arsenal fans should be proud of their team's effort. They're back in Champions League. They've challenged at the top of the league when nobody expected them to. The signs, done it. The future looks bright for us. That just shows, as much as they might have some great fans, they also have a lot of glory hunters that are fans of the club. Just fans that just only want to support when they're winning. And the amount of fans that have left the stadium right now is a perfect example of that. If they were if they were losing back-to-back games, I totally understand fans leaving the stadium out of frustration. But there's nothing. This is just one bad game, one unlucky game where it's not even a bad game. It's just they've just not done their homework, I think, on Brighton properly enough, and Brighton have done a job on them. Simple as. Respect the opposition. They've done a job on you, and it's unfortunate it takes you out of the title race. Accept it. But you've run City to the end of the season. You've given them a run for their money right to the last knockings. Is that not something to be proud of? I think it is. But unfortunately, as we can see, loads and loads of empty seats. Still fans leaving. Really disappointing that from Arsenal after the season that your club has given you. You should be sitting there with pride. This is just one game. Brighton with a shot from distance. Oh, they scored a third. The initial shot was saved, but then it was hit as it was saved. It deflected away, and Brighton managed to hit it on the volley there, on the rebound, and bang, scored a third goal for Brighton. So, yeah, totally, Joey. Nice one, mate. Joey also saying, yep, stupid prediction test. No worries, mate. No worries. I kind of guessed that minute. It's caught me out a few times, Joey. So, yeah, no worries, mate. Thank you for taking the extra time to explain. Sorry, I called Minnie then for a second, mate. My bad. But, yeah, Joey, no worries, mate. I kind of guessed it was that. Like I say, it caught me out plenty of times, so I know exactly how annoying it can be. Minnie Mo is saying, Liverpool needing the points, Joey. Good luck tomorrow. Yeah, big game for Liverpool coming up. Nice 1 minute. Joey saying, thanks, mate. Fingers crossed. Absolutely. Minnie Mo saying, I'm the exception, Gaz. Okay, all right, okay. I like that. Well, you got to give Minnie credit for the confidence. Look at the streets of London filtering Arsenal fans. So 1 minute of the added on time, guys, remaining. As we're now approaching 97 minutes. But yeah, I like that minute. That's quality. Billy saying, afternoon, Arsenal, what you done? Afternoon, Arsenal, what you done? Yeah, they've done... well, I think Arsenal have had a good season, mate. I think overall they've had a good season, but Arsenal fans letting their team down now by leaving the stadium through one disappointing result. So Arsenal find themselves playing in almost an empty stadium now. Big, massive spaces around the ground with empty seats. Brighton just knocking it about inside their own half of the field, as we know. And there goes the final whistle, guys. So Arsenal losing 3-0 at home to Brighton. And just maybe a little bit of a reality check here for Arsenal to just, be a bit more humble. They've had a fantastic season, but you got to respect the opposition. You got to respect the opposition, and there's no reason for these Arsenal players to have their heads down. They've had a good season. They've had a good account of themselves overall. They're going to be playing Champions League next season. They can be proud. They can be proud, in my opinion. So yeah. But welcome to the show, Billy. Great to have you with us, mate. Joey saying, "Oh my God, mate, not heard that for years. Sawdust between the ears, laugh out loud." Nice one, yep, Joey. Well, it's true, isn't it? Some fans do. I'm old school, mate. I'm old school. You'll probably hear loads of old school terminologies out of me as we keep building fan then. But yeah, nice one, Joey. Good to know that somebody else is of the same generation to appreciate some of what comes out of what I say. So yeah, nice one, Joey. And Joey saying, "Laugh out loud, Minnie, just you." Yeah, no, yeah, just Minnie, innit? Joey, welcome in, Billy. Nice one, Joey. Top man. You're a star. And Minimo saying, also welcoming Billy, saying, "Hi, Billy. You happy with the Arsenal defeat?" Nice 1 minute. As always, love you guys making the effort to welcome each other. Top stuff. And Billy saying, "Hi, Joey." Nice one, Billy. And awesome, yeah. Minnie saying Leicester relegation bound surely. Yeah, not looking good for Leicester, is it, mate? Not looking good. They're in big trouble now at the bottom of the Premier League, sitting in second, looking like they're going down. They can still get out of it, but looks like a tough ask. I expect, to be honest, guys, I still think Leeds will be the team to dig themselves out of that with Big Sam. I think they've only got 2 games left, but I think he's going to help them find a win or from somewhere. So yeah, you might be right, Minnie. It's not looking good for Leicester, is it, mate? Billy saying yes and no, Minnie. Yes, because they are Chelsea's rivals. No, because Man City are gonna win the title. I know, yeah. Unfortunately, Billy, we've got to stop it, haven't we? We've got to find a club that can stop Man City keep consistency winning the Premier League. And nothing against City, but we don't want to see the same team winning it year in, year out. Because let's be honest, that the Premier League deserves that different clubs win it. It's such a competitive league that it's should not be dominated so well by City. So yeah, thanks for that, Billy. Minimo saying they got a third goal. Brilliant, Brighton. Yeah, they did. They're very impressive, Brighton, this afternoon, to be fair. Joey saying, "Go Brighton, well done." Absolutely, well said, Joey. Got to give them credit for that. They came and they had their own ambitions and they worked towards it. Minimo saying, "My prediction was way off again." No worries, Minnie. Maybe just having a bit of a slump before the start of next season, mate. And Billy saying, "Arsenal have had a great season, a young team pushing this experienced Man City team. It's disappointing, but it's been a great season for them." There you go. Well said, Billy. See, yet again, another intelligent football comment. Nice one, Billy. Well said, mate. And Minute is saying, "See you all soon. Thanks, guys." No worries, Minute. Thank you very much. Always appreciate you dropping in. And yeah, hope you have a good week next week. And look forward to seeing you again on a future stream, Minute. Thank you. As always, take care of yourself, Minute. Best wishes to you. Billy's saying, "Bye, Minute." Nice one, Billy. And Joey also. Nice one, guys. You're absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. Love that mutual respect from you guys. So let's quickly have a look at the top of the table, guys, as I think that means game over for City. Well, it does mean game over for Arsenal's title opportunities. But like I said, they give a good account of themselves. They did well, I think. They did very well. nobody gave them a sniff of having a title shot at the end of a shot at the title or challenging for the title at the start of the season. So I think they've done really well. I really do. So there you go, guys. That's what it does to the table after this result. Arsenal obviously stay in second on 81 points, and Brighton move up to sixth in the table on 58 points. So Brighton making a serious challenge now for those Europa League places. And would it be fantastic to see Brighton playing in Europa League next season? They deserve it. They've had a fantastic season. And yes, they've made a statement victory here as well this afternoon. So, yeah. Billy is saying, in the next few years, 3 or 4 years, in the next few years, 3 or 4 years, Newcastle could be up there with Man City because they have the money, but not the players yet. No, they don't. Well, I think they've done all right. They were building a team that just could compete. To be fair, Billy, I think that's a fair statement. But to be fair, I think that Newcastle have built a pretty hard-working team. So they are, now they're in the Champions League positions. They're going to start finding it easier to attract those more quality players. And with the hard-working team that they've got, that they've managed to build in the early stages of their new ownership, a sprinkling of talented players could be fantastic for them, couldn't it? Could be really, really good for them competing for that. For more and for challenging at the top of the league. So yeah, I think that Newcastle probably only going to need a sprinkling of talented players, but it's going to be definitely interesting in it, guys, to see what happens in the summer transfer window. Now Newcastle have got themselves Champions League football. That will make all the difference for them attracting the top players. So, yeah, thanks for that, Billy. Great comment, as always, mate. And Billy's saying bye, Gaz, and all. Thank you very much, Billy. Enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. It's been a pleasure, as always. Look after yourself. And, hopefully see you again soon, mate. There is another game to come on after this. We have the League 2 playoff game. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I've got to jump off now and check. I've got to check something because I'm waiting for a call for a customer this afternoon, so I don't know if I've got to nip out. So I'd like to do this next playoff game, but I might not be able to, guys. So apologies for that, but we will get the consistency coming back sooner or later. But I'll try if I can. But like I said, I'm expecting that customers rung me back. So if they have, I might have to nip out. But yeah, thanks for that, Billy. Look after yourself, mate. And it's been a pleasure having you involved as always. Look after yourself, stay safe. And look forward to talking to you again soon, mate. Take care. Joey's saying bye, Billy. Nice one, Joey. You're a star. Awesome from you. So yeah, guys, I'm going to jump off now and go and check. I need to go and check something with this customer. Like I say, sorry, I can't promise whether I'll be back on for this later kickoff. It kicks off at 7, I think, the League 2 playoffs. But yeah, thank you very much for all you guys dropping in today. It's been fantastic to have you. Apologies, I've not been very active this weekend, guys. But it's just work commitments have interfered a bit this weekend. But yeah, thank you very much for all your fantastic support, great comments. And as always, guys, I really enjoy doing the live streams and interacting with you guys. It's always fantastic. Joey, final word for Joey. Joey saying, nice one, guys. Catch you later if you're on. If not, see you soon. Nice one, Joey. You're a star, mate. You're an absolute legend. Thank you. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Like I said, I'll see what I need to go and check this now. But if not, I will try and get on tomorrow and catch you guys. But that's it from me for now. Take care, guys. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Joey, and look after yourself. It's been a pleasure, as always, mate. Take care. And that goes out to all of you guys. All the best. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.